Welcome to Simple Spoken English, where we make English learning fun, relatable, and full of real-life stories from around the world. Today, we're taking you on an incredible journey to explore the daily lives of people from every corner of the globe. Each story is unique, packed with emotions, and filled with expressions that bring English to life in a natural and engaging way. From bustling cities to peaceful villages, from thrilling adventures to quiet routines, you'll get to see how people live, work, and enjoy their days across different cultures and backgrounds. Not only will you learn new words and phrases, but you'll also feel the rhythm, excitement, and warmth of these lives as if you're right there with them. So sit back, relax, and get ready to practice English with real stories from real people. This is Simple Spoken English, and we're thrilled to have you on this journey. Emma's routine in London. I'm Emma, and I absolutely love my weekends. They're so exciting, always filled with things I adore, singing, reading, and just living life to the fullest. My weekdays? Well, they're enjoyable too. I'm lucky. I live close to a cozy little bookstore in the heart of London where I work, so my mornings aren't rushed. I get to wake up at 8 a.m., make myself a nice breakfast, and sit with a cup of tea as I watch the morning news. Isn't that a perfect start? When I finally head out, the air is crisp, and my short walk to work feels like a peaceful little adventure. Throughout the day, I'm busy helping people find the books they're looking for, and I just love the look on their faces when they find exactly what they wanted. At noon, I usually grab a sandwich from the deli nearby. It's simple but delicious. Sometimes I take my lunch outside if the weather's nice, or I might even squeeze in a quick gym session before heading back. Most evenings, I finish work by 5:30, and I love having that bit of time to myself afterward. Sometimes I catch up with friends. Other times I go for a relaxing walk around the neighborhood. But twice a week, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I stay late at the bookstore working until 10:30 p.m. It's tiring, no doubt. By the time I get home, cooking feels like too much effort, so I treat myself to dinner at a little restaurant near my place. Their pasta is my absolute favorite. Then comes the weekend, and that's when things get really exciting. I sing at a small club on Saturday nights. It's thrilling, but I'll admit, I get nervous every time. My heart races, my palms get a little sweaty, and there's this tiny voice in my head that wonders, will they like my performance tonight? But once I'm up there, I forget all that and just enjoy the music. Life feels full, and I wouldn't change a thing. Amaras adventures in Mumbai. Namaste! I'm Amara, and I'm a journalist living in the vibrant, never-sleeping city of Mumbai, India. My days are unpredictable, exciting, and sometimes, well, often, a bit overwhelming. But honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way. Every morning starts at 7 a.m. with a strong cup of masala chai. The spiced aroma wakes me up, and as I take those first sips, I feel the city coming to life around me. The honking cars, the street vendors setting up their stalls, the neighbors greeting each other. It's all a symphony, and I'm part of it. As a journalist, my day can take me anywhere. One morning, I might be in a crowded market, covering a festival full of colors, music, and dance. The next, I'm sitting in a quiet neighborhood, listening to someone's incredible life story. Mumbai is a city of contrasts, and I feel privileged to share its stories with the world. Evenings, I try to unwind, sometimes with a book, other times with a quick yoga session. Weekends, though, are my escape. I love wandering through art galleries, discovering hidden cafes, and watching the sunset over Marine Drive. This city is a part of me. I live it, breathe it, and love it. Zara's life in Cape Town. Hi, I'm Zara, and let me tell you, living in Cape Town is a dream. My weekdays? Oh, they're packed, but in a way that makes me feel alive. Every morning I'm up by 6 a.m., brewing a steaming cup of rooibos tea. As I sip, I watch the sun rising over Table Mountain. The colors are just breathtaking. Doesn't that sound amazing? I work as a teacher, so I spend my day surrounded by eager, curious students who never fail to surprise me. Sure, it's challenging, but when you see that spark in a child's eyes, it's worth every bit of effort. At lunch, I usually pack a simple sandwich and head to the school garden to relax under the shade of a tree. It's my little oasis, a moment of peace amidst all the noise. Once school is out, I like to take a short walk along the beach. There's something about the ocean breeze that clears my mind. Sometimes I kick off my shoes and let the sand cool my tired feet. I feel so connected to this place, to Cape Town. It's as if the city's rhythm matches my own heartbeat. Weekends are my chance to explore. The local markets, oh, they're filled with colors, spices, laughter, and life. I pick up fresh produce, chat with the vendors, and maybe even treat myself to a beautiful handmade bracelet. And of course, Sunday afternoons are family time. We gather, we laugh, and we share stories of our week. I wouldn't trade this life for anything else. Hola, I'm Carlos, a chef in the heart of Mexico City, and let me tell you, my life revolves around flavors, colors, and the beautiful chaos of a busy kitchen. My day? Well, it doesn't start until 9 a.m., but I wouldn't call it late. Why? Because I work late into the night, and it's the rush, the energy, and the sizzle of the stove that I live for. Every morning I head to the bustling market, filled with the freshest ingredients, plump tomatoes, fragrant cilantro, and the brightest chili peppers you can imagine. The vendors shout greetings, we laugh, we bargain, and sometimes I try a taste of something new. It's my favorite part of the day. Back at the restaurant, I'm in my element. I'm constantly tasting, adjusting, and experimenting with new dishes. I've got a love for traditional Mexican flavors, but I always add my twist, a little fusion, a little creativity. Around 3 p.m., I take a short break to eat. Chefs need to eat too. And sometimes I scroll through cooking blogs for inspiration. And the lunch rush? It's like a symphony. Everyone moving in perfect harmony, from the waitstaff to the line cooks. We're like a family. My shift usually wraps up past midnight. Exhausted? Absolutely. But I love it. On Sundays, my only free day, I gather with my family. We cook together, of course. Tacos, tamales, and my mother's mole. It's the best in the city. Sundays are all about love, laughter, and good food. It's my perfect end to the week. Sophia's family-focused life in Rome. Ciao. I'm Sophia, and I live in Rome, Italy. My life is all about family, food, and tradition. I work in my family's bakery, and my days start early, at 5:30 a.m. Can you believe it? The sun isn't even up yet, but I am ready to start baking. By 6 a.m., the smell of fresh bread fills the bakery. We make everything from scratch, crusty loaves, soft pastries, and of course, cannoli. Customers start trickling in around 7 a.m., and we greet them with a warm buongiorno. I love seeing the same faces every morning. We're not just selling bread, we're sharing a piece of our lives. At lunchtime, we close the bakery for a few hours, and I go home to eat with my family. Pasta, salad, maybe a glass of wine. It's a ritual, a chance to pause and savor life. In the afternoon, it's back to the bakery, making sure everything's perfect for the evening crowd. By 7 p.m., I'm exhausted, but my heart is full. On Sundays, we gather at my nonna's house, and she cooks for everyone. Pasta, roast lamb, and her famous tiramisu. We eat, We laugh and we argue, as Italian families do. Life in Rome is beautiful, full of love, flavor, and family. I wouldn't change a single thing. Ethan's quiet life in a small Canadian town. Hello, I'm Ethan, and I live in a small town in Ontario, Canada. It's quiet here, peaceful, and a bit cold in the winter, but I love it. I work as a librarian, so my days are filled with books, soft whispers, and the smell of old paper. Sounds nice, doesn't it? My day starts at 8 a.m. with a hot cup of coffee as I watch the snow falling gently outside. Winters here are long and cold, but they're also magical. I bundle up and head to the library where I help people find books, recommend new reads, and sometimes even host reading sessions for kids. Lunch is usually a quick soup or sandwich at the little cafe next door, and then it's back to the quiet hum of the library. After work, I like to take a walk around the lake if it's not too cold. The stillness of the snow-covered landscape is something I cherish. Weekends are for family. We gather, we play board games, and we laugh a lot. Life here may seem simple to some, but to me, it's everything I need. Aisha's life as a doctor in Nairobi. Hello, I'm Aisha, and I'm a doctor living just outside Nairobi, Kenya. My work? Well, it's not your typical doctor's job. I'm what people call a flying doctor. Every morning, I'm up at 5:30 a.m., and by 6 a.m., I'm reviewing my day's schedule while sipping strong Kenyan coffee. It's the kind of job that requires you to be alert, ready, and, most of all, passionate. From 8 to 10 a.m., I'm on the radio, speaking with people from remote areas who need medical advice. Sometimes it's a simple question. Other times it's an emergency. By late morning, I'm up in the air, flying to villages that are miles away. The views from above are breathtaking, vast savannas, winding rivers, and the occasional herd of elephants. But when I land, there's no time to enjoy the scenery. I'm here to help. The days are long, often 16 hours or more. I don't have much free time, but I find joy in my work. Each person I help, each life I touch, makes every moment worth it. My job is demanding, yet it's also deeply fulfilling. I know I'm making a difference, and that's what keeps me going. Mateo's musical journey in Austin. Hey there, I'm Mateo, a music professor originally from Budapest, Hungary, but now living in Austin, Texas. My life? It's filled with melodies, rhythms, and the occasional out-of-tune piano. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. and start my day with some warm-up exercises. Not physical ones, but vocal scales and a bit of piano practice to get my fingers moving. Teaching music is more than a job to me. It's my passion, my soul. I feel incredibly lucky to be sharing my love of music with students who are as eager to learn as I am to teach. My classes start around 9 a.m., and the days fly by. We discuss composers, we practice, and sometimes we just get lost in the music. At lunch, I head to a little cafe near the university for a quick sandwich. The cafe owner even knows my order by heart. In the evenings, if I'm not too tired, I play tennis with friends. It's a good balance to my otherwise musical life. And on weekends, my family and I often take day trips to explore Texas, or I might work on a new piece of music. Life here is different from Budapest, but it's filled with rhythm, harmony, and a little bit of adventure. Naomi's artistic routine in Kyoto. Konnichiwa, I'm Naomi, and I'm an artist in Kyoto, Japan. My life revolves around colors, textures, and the delicate balance of art and nature. Kyoto is such an inspiring place, the temples, the cherry blossoms, the peaceful gardens. It all feels like a painting come to life. My day begins at 5 a.m., just as the sun begins to rise. I take a short walk to the nearby temple, where I sit in quiet meditation, listening to the birds and the rustling trees. It's my moment of peace before the day starts. By 6:30 a.m., I'm back in my small studio, ready to create. I spend my mornings working on new pieces, often inspired by the changing seasons. Lunchtime is a simple meal of rice, miso soup, and pickled vegetables, prepared with the same care and mindfulness as my art. After lunch, I head to the local art gallery, where I teach a class on traditional Japanese painting techniques. My students are wonderful. They're so passionate, so dedicated. In the evening, I unwind with a book or take another peaceful walk. My weekends are often spent exploring Kyoto's many shrines and gardens, searching for inspiration. My life is quiet, gentle, and filled with beauty, a perfect reflection of Kyoto itself. Jamal's entrepreneurial life in Dubai. Salam. I'm Jamal, an entrepreneur based in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. My life? Fast-paced, high-energy, and never boring. Dubai is a city of dreams, and I'm lucky enough to be chasing mine here. I wake up at 5 a.m. and start my day with a quick workout. By 6 a.m., I'm at my desk, checking emails and organizing meetings. Running a tech company means staying on top of things. It's all about innovation, connections, and, sometimes, taking risks. But that's what I love. My office is on the 23rd floor of a skyscraper overlooking the Dubai Marina. The view is incredible, and on clear days I can even see the Burj Khalifa from my window. My afternoons are filled with back-to-back meetings, brainstorming sessions, and pitches to potential investors. It's intense, but it's also thrilling. By evening, I try to wrap up work by 8 p.m., but I usually end up staying later. Dubai's energy is contagious. It's a city that never sleeps, and sometimes neither do I. Weekends are for unwinding. I might go dune bashing in the desert or relax with friends at a rooftop lounge. Dubai is my playground, my inspiration, and my home. Sophia's charming life in Buenos Aires. Hola! I'm Sophia, and I live in the lively, colorful city of Buenos Aires, Argentina. My life here is a mix of dance, laughter, and, of course, tango. Every morning, I start with a warm cup of mate. It's a tradition here. As I sip, I watch the city waking up around me, people greeting each other, the street vendors setting up their stalls. Buenos Aires has this incredible energy. It's vibrant, passionate, and alive. I'm a dance instructor, so my day is filled with music and movement. I teach tango classes at a small studio in the heart of the city. My students range from young couples to older adults, all eager to learn this beautiful, passionate dance. At lunch, I often grab an empanada from a local cafe, something quick and delicious. Evenings? They're my favorite. I usually meet friends at a milonga, a tango dance hall, where we dance, laugh, and lose ourselves in the music. On weekends, I explore the city's art galleries or stroll through the San Telmo market, which is full of history and unique finds. Life here is intense, full of rhythm and soul, just like the tango. Anna's rural life in Bavaria. Guten Tag. I'm Anna, and I live in a small village in Bavaria, Germany. My life is simple, quiet, and centered around the rhythms of nature. I wake up at 5:30 a.m., just as the first light of dawn touches the fields. My family owns a dairy farm, so there's always work to be done. My morning starts with feeding the animals. Then we milk the cows and make sure everything is in order. It's hard work, but there's something so rewarding about it. Breakfast is a family affair. Homemade bread, cheese, and fresh milk, all from our farm. Afterward, I tend to the vegetable garden, which provides us with everything from potatoes to cabbage. There's a special peace in working with the earth, in watching things grow. In the afternoon, I might go into town to sell our produce at the market. I love chatting with our neighbors, sharing recipes, and catching up on local news. Evenings are quiet. We gather for a warm meal, and afterward I usually knit or read by the fire. Life here is calm, steady, and full of purpose. Omar's bustling life in Cairo. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Omar, a tour guide living in Cairo, Egypt. My life? It's as lively and crowded as the city itself. I start my day early, 5 a.m., to beat the heat. By 6 a.m., I'm at the pyramids, ready to greet my first group of tourists. Every day, I share the wonders of ancient Egypt with people from all over the world, and their excitement is contagious. The stories, the history, the mystery of it all, it's a privilege to bring it to life for them. Lunchtime? I usually grab something quick, like koshari, a delicious mix of pasta, rice, and lentils. Afternoons are spent guiding more tours, and I'm constantly moving, answering questions, and keeping everyone engaged. After work, I sometimes join friends for tea at a local cafe. We talk about our day, the funny moments with tourists, and the latest football match. Cairo is my city. It's busy, it's loud, and it's chaotic. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Fatima's family life in Marakesh. Salam, I'm Fatima, and I live in the vibrant city of Marakesh, Morocco. Life here is a whirlwind of colors, spices, and tradition. I'm a mother of 3, and my days revolve around my family and our small family-owned carpet shop in the Medina, Old Town. My mornings start early, at around 5 a.m., with a quiet moment for prayer. By 6 a.m., I'm preparing breakfast, fresh bread, olives, and mint tea for my family. The streets are still quiet as I open the shop, and I love this calm before the bustling Medina comes to life. Our shop is filled with hand-woven carpets, each one a work of art. Tourists often stop by, enchanted by the colors and designs. I enjoy sharing stories about our culture and the history of each carpet. My husband and I run the shop together, and in the afternoons we usually share a traditional tagine meal in the back, surrounded by the warmth of our family heritage. Evenings are my favorite time. After closing the shop, we gather with friends and neighbors for tea and laughter. My life is rooted in family, tradition, and the beauty of Marakesh. It's a simple life, but it's filled with love and meaning. Luca's academic life in Zurich. Grüezi! I'm Luca, a university student in Zurich, Switzerland. And my life? It's all about books, studies, and the occasional adventure in the Alps. I start my day at 7 a.m. with a strong cup of coffee. By 8 taus, I'm biking to campus, ready for a full day of classes and study sessions. I'm majoring in environmental science, and my studies are challenging but incredibly rewarding. Zurich is a beautiful city, and I love how the university is surrounded by parks and lakes. Lunchtime is my escape. I often grab a quick sandwich and find a quiet spot by the lake. It's my time to clear my head and enjoy the scenery. In the afternoons, I'm back to my classes or the library, buried in research papers and lab reports. Weekends are for the mountains. My friends and I go hiking, skiing, or just explore the trails. There's nothing like the crisp mountain air to recharge for the week ahead. My life is busy, focused, and driven by my passion for the environment. I wouldn't want it any other way. May's creative life in Shanghai. Ni hao. I'm May, an illustrator living in Shanghai, China. My life is a blend of creativity, culture, and the bustling energy of this incredible city. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. and start my day with a quick Tai Chi session in the nearby park. It's a peaceful way to center myself before diving into my art. By 8 a.m., I'm in my studio, surrounded by sketchbooks, paints, and my favorite brushes. I work freelance, so each day is different. Some days I'm illustrating children's books. Other days I'm working on traditional Chinese art. At lunchtime, I head to a small noodle shop around the corner. It's always busy, filled with people from all walks of life. Shanghai is like that. Fast, energetic, and endlessly inspiring. In the afternoons, I usually take a break to visit the art district, where I meet fellow artists and explore new exhibitions. Evenings are my quiet time. I light some incense, pour myself a cup of green tea, and sketch whatever comes to mind. On weekends, I visit my family or go to the traditional markets for inspiration. Shanghai is a city that feeds my creativity, and I feel so grateful to live here. Ravis Joyful life in Kerala. Namaskaram. I'm Ravi, a school teacher in a small village in Kerala, India. Life here? It's simple yet filled with warmth, laughter, and the beauty of nature. I wake up at 5 a.m. to the sounds of birds and the gentle rustling of palm trees. After a quick breakfast of dosa and coconut chutney, I head to the village school where I teach 3rd grade. My students are curious, full of questions, and their enthusiasm brightens my day. At noon, I take a short break to enjoy a traditional Kerala meal. Rice, sambar, and vegetables served on a banana leaf. It's fresh, delicious, and a daily reminder of the flavors of home. My afternoons are spent tutoring students or working on lesson plans. Evenings are my time to unwind. I take a walk along the river or meet friends at the local tea stall. Weekends are for family gatherings where we cook, laugh, and share stories. Life here may be simple, but it's filled with joy, connection, and a deep sense of belonging. Daniel's nature-filled life in British Columbia. Hey there, I'm Daniel, a park ranger in British Columbia, Canada, and my life. It's all about nature, adventure, and keeping the wilderness safe. I wake up at dawn, around 6 a.m., with the sound of birds and the scent of pine trees filling the air. My job takes me deep into the forests, mountains, and lakes of British Columbia, and each day is a new adventure. I check trails, monitor wildlife, and sometimes I guide visitors through the park. At noon, I stop for lunch at a lookout point with a view of the mountains. There's something so grounding about eating in the middle of nature. Afternoons are filled with more patrols, wildlife checks, and the occasional rescue mission. It's hard work, but it's incredibly rewarding. After a long day, I return to my cabin, where I unwind by the fire with a book or a journal. Weekends are often spent hiking, kayaking, or camping with friends. Life in the wilderness has its challenges, but the beauty of nature makes every moment worth it. Isabella's peaceful life in Tuscany. Ciao. I'm Isabella, and I live in a small village in Tuscany, Italy. My days are filled with the simple pleasures of life, good food, good company, and the beauty of the countryside. I wake up at 6 a.m. and start my day with a walk through the vineyards. The morning light on the hills is just magical. By 7, I'm back home, making breakfast for my family. We enjoy fresh bread, olive oil, and fruit from our own garden. Tuscany is all about savoring life, and I cherish every moment. I work as a tour guide, showing visitors around the beautiful vineyards, olive groves, and historic villas of our region. I love sharing the history and traditions of Tuscany and seeing the joy on people's faces when they experience its beauty. In the evenings, we gather as a family for dinner, pasta, salad, and maybe a little wine. Afterward, I often sit outside watching the stars and listening to the sounds of the countryside. Life here is peaceful, fulfilling, and rooted in the love of family and tradition. Mateos Lively life in Rio de Janeiro. Oi, I'm Mateo, a samba musician living in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. My life? It's all about rhythm, passion, and the vibrant energy of this city. I wake up at 7 a.m., greeted by the sounds of the city, car horns, laughter, and distant music. My mornings are spent practicing samba rhythms on my drums. By 10 a.m., I'm off to teach samba classes at a local school, where I get to share the music and dance that are the heart of Brazilian culture. Lunchtime is a feast. Rice, beans, and feijoada, a hearty stew. In the afternoons, I rehearse with my band, preparing for our next performance. Rio's music scene is electrifying, and there's always something happening. Evenings? I'm usually performing at a local bar or out dancing. The energy, the laughter, the joy of sharing music with others, it's what I live for. On weekends, I hit the beach with friends, or we climb up to Christ the Redeemer for a view of the city. Rio is my home, my inspiration, and my soul. Hanas' adventurous life in Auckland. Kia ora. I'm Hana, an adventure guide in Auckland, New Zealand. My life is filled with thrill, nature, and meeting people from all around the world. My day begins at 6 a.m. with a swim at the beach. By 8 I'm at work, preparing for the day's activities. Zip lining, rock climbing, or leading tours through the stunning landscapes of New Zealand. Every day is different, and I love the excitement. Lunchtime is often a picnic with my tour group surrounded by the incredible scenery. My afternoons are spent guiding people through challenges and cheering them on. It's amazing to see people conquer their fears and embrace the adventure. Evenings are for relaxation. I go to a cozy cafe, grab a cup of flat white coffee, and unwind. On weekends, I'm usually exploring a new trail or camping under the stars. Life in Auckland is thrilling, beautiful, and always an adventure. Yaras' beachside life in Santorini. Yasu. I'm Yara, a hotel manager on the stunning island of Santorini, Greece. Life here is filled with sunshine, ocean views, and people from all around the world. Every day feels like a holiday. even though I work hard to make sure our guests have the time of their lives. I start my day around 6:30 a.m. with a quick swim in the crystal-clear waters. By 8 a.m., I'm at the hotel, making sure everything is perfect, from fresh flowers in the lobby to the breakfast buffet. The guests arrive with bright smiles, and I love hearing their excitement about exploring the island. Around lunchtime, I take a break to enjoy a traditional Greek salad with feta cheese, olives, and fresh vegetables. It's simple but so flavorful. In the afternoons, I often organize special events, weddings, parties, or sunset dinners overlooking the caldera. Santorini's sunsets are magical, and I feel lucky to witness them every day. Evenings? I unwind with friends at a local taverna, enjoying live music, dancing, and delicious mezze. On my days off, I explore the island's hidden beaches or hike the volcanic cliffs. Santorini is paradise, and I can't imagine living anywhere else. Elena's rustic life in Provence. Bonjour. I'm Elena, a lavender farmer in Provence, France. My life here is quiet, gentle, and filled with the beauty of nature. I spend my days among fields of lavender, surrounded by the colors and scents of the French countryside. I wake up at 5:30 a.m., just as the sun is rising, and head out to the fields. The lavender blooms are a sight to behold, a sea of purple stretching out as far as the eye can see. By 7 a.m., I'm carefully harvesting the flowers, gathering them into bundles to make essential oils, soaps, and perfumes. Lunchtime is a simple affair: fresh baguette, cheese, and a few olives. In the afternoons, I prepare products to sell at the local market, chatting with neighbors and sharing tips on gardening and aromatherapy. Evenings are quiet and peaceful. I relax with a glass of wine, watching the sunset over the lavender fields. Life here is slow, filled with nature, and deeply rewarding. Provence is my sanctuary, my home, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Ahmed's dynamic life in Istanbul. Merhaba, I'm Ahmed, a calligrapher and artist in Istanbul, Turkey. Life here is vibrant, full of history, art, and the energy of the bustling streets. Every day, I'm inspired by the beauty and culture of this ancient city. My day begins at 6 a.m. with a walk through the Grand Bazaar. The sights, the sounds, the spices, it's like stepping back in time. By 8 a.m., I'm in my studio, surrounded by inks, brushes, and paper, ready to create. Calligraphy is an art of patience and precision, and I lose myself in the flowing lines and delicate strokes. Lunchtime is a treat. I often enjoy a traditional dish like simit, a sesame-covered bread, and tea at a small cafe. In the afternoons, I teach calligraphy classes, sharing my passion with students of all ages. Istanbul is a city where the old meets the new, and I love being part of its artistic soul. In the evenings, I stroll by the Bosphorus, watching the boats drift by. On weekends, I visit museums or explore the city's historical sites. Istanbul is my muse, my inspiration, and my heart. Kai's energetic life in Seoul. Annyeonghaseyo. I'm Kai, a dance instructor in Seoul, South Korea. My life? It's fast-paced, filled with music, movement, and the endless energy of this city. My day starts at 6:30 a.m. with a jog along the Han River, where the city wakes up around me. By 8 a.m., I'm at the dance studio, warming up and preparing for my first class. Teaching dance is my passion, and my students bring so much energy and enthusiasm. It's contagious. At lunchtime, I grab a quick bite of bibimbap, a delicious rice dish with vegetables, meat, and spicy gochujang sauce. In the afternoons, I often choreograph new routines or practice with fellow dancers. Seoul's dance scene is competitive, and I love the challenge. Evenings are for performances. Sometimes I'm on stage, other times I'm in the audience supporting my friends. Weekends are for exploration. I visit cafes, art galleries, or the bustling shopping districts. Seoul is alive with creativity, and it's my playground, my stage, and my inspiration. Ismael's adventurous life in Buenos Aires. Hola! I'm Ismael, a tour guide and street performer in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Life here is all about rhythm, passion, and the thrill of the moment. I start my day at 8 a.m. with a warm cup of mate tea, a tradition that brings comfort and connection. By 10 a.m., I'm in the heart of the city, leading tours through historic neighborhoods and sharing stories of Buenos Aires. I'm Ismael. Ismael's adventurous life in Buenos Aires. Hola! I'm Ismael, a tour guide and street performer in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Life here is all about rhythm, passion, and the thrill of the moment. I start my day at 8 a.m. with a warm cup of mate tea, a tradition that brings comfort and connection. By 10 a.m., I'm in the heart of the city, leading tours through historic neighborhoods and sharing stories of Buenos Aires. The city's culture is rich, and I feel honored to be part of its heartbeat. Lunchtime? Empanadas, of course. They're easy to grab on the go, and the flavors are incredible. In the afternoons, I perform tango on the streets, dancing to the music that fills the air. Tango is more than a dance. It's a way of expressing the soul of Argentina. Evenings are for family and friends. We gather for asado, a traditional barbecue, sharing laughter and stories late into the night. Buenos Aires is my stage, my inspiration, and my home. Life here is passionate, filled with energy, and I love every moment. Chinwee's family-centered life in Lagos. Ekabo. I'm Chinwe, a mother and teacher in Lagos, Nigeria. Life here is bustling, colorful, and filled with the warmth of family and community. My day starts early at 5 a.m. with a quick moment for prayer. By 6 a.m., I'm preparing breakfast for my children and getting ready for school. I teach 5th grade, and my students bring so much joy and curiosity to each day. At lunchtime, I share a meal with my colleagues, often a delicious dish of jollof rice or yam porridge. Afternoons are for lessons, laughter, and sometimes a bit of chaos. Children are full of energy, after all. In the evenings, I unwind with my family. We share stories, help with homework, and enjoy a quiet dinner together. On weekends, I visit the market or spend time with extended family. Lagos is my home, my support, and my happiness. Samuel's tech-focused life in Silicon Valley. Hey, I'm Samuel, a software engineer in Silicon Valley, California. My life? It's all about code, innovation, and the drive to create something new. My day begins at 7 a.m. with a cup of strong coffee and a quick run to clear my mind. By 9 a.m., I'm at my desk, diving into lines of code, debugging, and collaborating with my team on our latest project. Tech is fast-paced, and the pressure is high, but it's exhilarating. Lunch is usually something quick, a salad or sandwich, while brainstorming with colleagues. The afternoons fly by in a blur of meetings, coding, and testing new ideas. Silicon Valley is all about pushing boundaries, and I love the challenge. Evenings. I unwind with friends at a local pub or catch a startup event. Weekends are for hiking in the nearby hills or testing out the latest gadgets. Life here is intense, competitive, and full of opportunity. Layla's desert life in Dubai. Salam. I'm Layla, an environmental scientist living on the edge of the desert in Dubai, UAE. My life is a mix of research, adventure, and a love for the desert landscape. I start my day at 6 a.m., just as the sun rises over the sand dunes. By 8 a.m., I'm out in the field, collecting samples and studying the unique flora and fauna of the desert. My work is challenging, but the beauty of the desert makes it all worth it. At lunchtime, I enjoy a simple meal of rice, lentils, and dates under the shade of an acacia tree. Afternoons are spent analyzing data, preparing reports, and sometimes meeting with local communities to discuss conservation efforts. In the evenings, I relax with a good book or join friends for tea in the city. The weekends are for exploring new parts of the desert or hiking through the rugged landscapes. Dubai is a city of contrasts, and I love my life here, balanced between the natural and the modern. Mika's tech-driven life in Tokyo. Konnichiwa, I'm Mika, a robotics engineer in Tokyo, Japan. My life revolves around innovation, precision, and the fast pace of this incredible city. I start my day at 7 a.m. with a quick breakfast of rice and miso soup. By 8:30 a.m., I'm at the lab, working on the latest developments in robotics. It's thrilling, knowing that our work could change the future. I'm surrounded by machines, sensors, and a team that's absolutely dedicated to pushing the boundaries of what technology can do. We're not just building robots, we're creating the future, one code line at a time. Around noon, I take a break to enjoy a bento box, usually something simple like fish, rice, and vegetables. The afternoons are a flurry of activity, testing prototypes, solving unexpected problems, and brainstorming new ideas with my team. In Tokyo, the tech world moves fast, and there's always something exciting happening. Evenings are my time to unwind. I might visit an izakaya, a small Japanese pub, with friends, or stroll through the neon-lit streets of Shibuya. The weekends are for exploration, visiting temples, checking out the latest gadgets in Akihabara, or taking a day trip to Mount Fuji. Tokyo is my inspiration, a place where tradition and technology meet, and I'm grateful every day to call it home. Sophia's cozy life in Stockholm. Hey, I'm Sophia, and I live in the beautiful, snowy city of Stockholm, Sweden. Life here is calm, cozy, and filled with the little joys of Scandinavian living. I work as an interior designer, and my days are all about creating warm, inviting spaces. My morning starts at 7 a.m., with a warm cup of coffee and a slice of fresh-baked rye bread. By 9 a.m., I'm at the design studio, meeting clients and working on projects. I love bringing the essence of hygge, coziness into people's homes, creating spaces that feel like an escape from the cold outside. Lunch is usually something simple, like a bowl of hearty soup or a Swedish meatball sandwich. In the afternoons, I visit clients' homes, taking in the spaces and imagining how to transform them. Stockholm's winters can be dark and chilly, but I find warmth in my work and the little things like lighting candles or wrapping up in a soft wool blanket. Evenings? They're for winding down. I might meet friends for fika, a coffee break with pastries, or stay in with a good book. On weekends, I explore Stockholm's parks or the nearby archipelago, enjoying the beauty of nature. Life here is peaceful, gentle, and exactly what I need. Olivia's boutique life in Montreal. Salute! I'm Olivia, and I own a small clothing boutique in the heart of Montreal, Canada. My life is colorful, creative, and deeply connected to the style and spirit of this amazing city. I start my day at 8 a.m. with a latte and a fresh croissant from the bakery around the corner. By 9 a.m., I'm at the boutique, setting up displays, steaming clothes, and curating outfits for my clients. Fashion is my passion, and I love helping people find styles that make them feel confident. Lunchtime is usually a quick poutine or sandwich from a nearby deli. Montreal's food scene is fantastic, and I never run out of options. Afternoons are busy with customers, fittings, and sometimes a photo shoot for the boutique's social media. The city's vibe is infectious, artistic, a little bohemian, and full of life. Evenings are for winding down. I might grab a glass of wine with friends at a cozy cafe or attend an art exhibit. Weekends are my time to recharge, whether it's through exploring Montreal's art scene, taking a walk up Mount Royal, or simply enjoying the city's rich culture. Montreal is a blend of tradition and trend, and I love every bit of it. Yusef's thrilling life in Cairo. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Yusef, a scuba diving instructor in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. My life is an underwater adventure filled with coral reefs, colorful fish, and the beauty of the Red Sea. My day starts at 6 a.m., with a quick jog along the beach. By 8, I'm at the dive center, preparing equipment and meeting my students. Teaching people to dive and experience the underwater world for the first time? There's nothing quite like it. Their excitement, their awe, it's contagious. At noon, I grab a quick bite, usually falafel or koshari, a local favorite. Afternoons are spent diving, exploring reefs, and guiding tourists through the marine wonders of the Red Sea. The water is clear, and every dive brings something new. Evenings are relaxed. I might sit by the water with friends, enjoying tea and the sound of the waves. On my days off, I explore new dive spots or relax on the beach. Sharm el-Sheikh is a paradise, a place where I can share my passion with others, and I'm grateful every day for this life. Priya's culinary journey in New Delhi. Namaste. I'm Priya, a chef in New Delhi, India. My world revolves around flavors, spices, and the art of creating traditional Indian dishes with a modern twist. I start my day at 5 a.m. with a cup of chai and a visit to the local market. The colors, the smells, the energy, there's nothing like it. By 8 a.m., I'm in the kitchen, preparing for the day's service, chopping vegetables, grinding spices, and tasting everything to perfection. Lunchtime is a quick affair, usually a small bowl of dal and rice, or maybe a stuffed paratha. In the afternoons, I work on creating new dishes, experimenting with flavors, and planning the menu. My evenings are filled with the hustle and bustle of the dinner rush, each dish crafted with love and care. At the end of a long day, I unwind with family, sharing stories and laughter over a home-cooked meal. On weekends, I explore the city's street food scene, always looking for inspiration. New Delhi is my kitchen, my canvas, and my heart. Elias's remote life in the Australian outback. G'day, I'm Elias, a wildlife photographer living in the Australian outback. My life is an adventure in the wild, filled with stunning landscapes, unique animals, and endless open skies. I wake up at dawn around 5 a.m., ready to capture the beauty of the outback. The early morning light is perfect for photography, and I often spot kangaroos, emus, and maybe even a rare bird. My days are spent hiking, setting up shots, and waiting patiently for that perfect moment. Lunchtime is a quick meal of sandwiches and fruit, eaten on a rock overlooking the vast landscape. The afternoons are a mix of editing photos, documenting my observations, and sometimes guiding tours for people who want to experience the outback. Evenings are quiet and peaceful. I sit by the campfire under a sky filled with stars, listening to the sounds of the night. The outback is harsh, but it's beautiful, and every day here is a new adventure. Mira's spiritual life in Bali. Om Swastiastu. I'm Mira, a yoga instructor and wellness guide in Ubud, Bali. My life is centered around peace, mindfulness, and helping others find inner balance. I start my day at 5 a.m. with a sunrise meditation, listening to the sounds of nature waking up around me. By 7 a.m., I'm leading my first yoga class of the day, guiding my students through poses that bring harmony to body and mind. Lunchtime is a light, nourishing meal, usually a smoothie bowl with fresh tropical fruits. In the afternoons, I often hold wellness workshops, teaching people about holistic living, mindfulness, and the beauty of connecting with oneself. Evenings are serene. I might join a community gathering, practice a bit of art, or take a quiet walk through the rice paddies. Bali is a spiritual haven, a place of healing and love, and I am blessed to be part of it. Alejandro's artistic life in Barcelona. Hola, I'm Alejandro, a street artist in the lively city of Barcelona, Spain. My life is colorful, expressive, and filled with the sounds and sights of this vibrant city. I start my day at 9 a.m. with a café con leche and a stroll down La Rambla, taking in the street performers, tourists, and locals going about their day. By 10, I'm setting up my easel, paints, and canvases in my favorite plaza, ready to bring my art to life. Lunch is usually a quick bite of tapas, patatas bravas, olives, and maybe some jamon. The afternoons are my creative time. I lose myself in my work, inspired by the architecture, the culture, and the spirit of Barcelona. Evenings? I might meet friends at a tapas bar or join a local music performance. Barcelona is my muse, my canvas, and my playground. I'm grateful for every day I spend creating art in this beautiful city. Thank you for joining us on this journey through daily lives around the world. We hope you enjoyed these stories and felt the heartbeat of each culture, from the peaceful fields of Tuscany to the bustling streets of Tokyo. At Simple Spoken English, our goal is to make English learning exciting, practical, and full of life. Remember, every story is a chance to learn new words, phrases, and expressions that help you connect with people from all walks of life. Practice what you've learned today. Try speaking about your own daily routines, and use these examples to add natural rhythm and emotion to your English. If you loved this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with friends who also want to improve their English. We have more stories, tips, and adventures coming up, so stay tuned. Until next time, keep practicing, keep exploring, and keep making English a part of your life with the Simple Spoken English. See you soon.